Yes, sir. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Today we have Cham Jaguars against Harvey Lakers. I'm brought to you by Michael Fletcher. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Charlie. How are you?
I'm doing great. So Cham is 0-1 right now, I believe, and Harvey is 3-0. So it's kind of a mixed mashup. Hopefully not going to see an upset here, but hopefully it's a close game.
Well, these teams have met earlier this season. I know the Lakers won both of those matches, but Jaguars have some very skilled players. Watch out for number 10, Kenzie Doucette. She's got a lot of power. And number 7, Jasmine LaBelle. Those two will be the ones doing the main hitting for the Jaguars.
Yeah, I also seen number 9 on the Jaguars, Morgan Haslett. She had quite an arm on her against, I believe it was the Vikings that we saw. I think she went on a 5-0 run at one point.
Yes.
So excited to see how she's going to perform this game.
Yeah, Lakers, if they can win this one, they pretty much secure a spot in next weekend's Final Four, the showcase, which will be held in Fredericton. 2 teams from today will be headed to Fredericton, and then 2 teams from the northeast side. There'll be a regional going on somewhere over there today. Hopefully the Lakers can get that 3rd win and lock up that spot. Whoops. Lakers on the court, ready to go. Jaguars break the huddle. And we're ready. Looks like the first serve is going to go to... Don't know where the ball is. Nobody has the ball. Players lining up in order. Captain goes first, and then the next remaining players line up in order.
So on the starting lineup for Harvey, we have Lauren Peasy, Natalie Bernard, Maddie Chisholm, Ava Grieve, Riley DeMerchant, and Alice McDonald. There we go. Haley Messer checking in for Riley DeMerchant. And Harvey gets the first serve of the game, Ava Grieve. Receives up by number 14. And Isabel dodges for that one. Quick point on Harvey's end.
Yeah, look for Grieve to get lots of serves today. She's got a powerful serve. And
yeah, last game we saw the other team have a completely new defense for reserving Ava's serves. Pretty sure they had all 6 players in the back line trying to receive all of it. Ava Grieve sent over to 14, kept alive by number 7. Sent over by number 14, Crystal Casey. Couldn't keep it in the court though. Harvey picking up a 3-0 lead. Number 14 once again receives over by Isabel. Sent over by number 7, Carla. Chisholm to Natalie, blocked, kept alive, sent out of bounds.
yeah, great block there from Haslett. She's got the size.
She definitely does. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw the Jaguars be way more aggressive than they normally are up on the net today.
Yeah, they're going to have to take on this tough Lakers team.
That is true. Haley receives that one. Chisholm up to Peasy. Just out of bounds from the back line.
Nice response here from the Jaguars after falling behind 3-0.
Yep. Number 9 on the Jaguars, Isabel Garrett. Sends that one out of bounds. Harvey picking up their 4th point. Maddie Chisholm now serving. That one falls short. Point for the Jaguars.
I think that toss-up quite high enough, I think, was the issue with that one.
Yeah, it was kind of a little bit too low, but enough power to get it over. Number 8 now serving for the Jaguars. Morgan Haslett. That one wasn't even close to the net. Point for Harvey.
Just a little short.
Just only a little bit. Natalie Bernard now serving for Harvey. That one's received by 10. Up by Isabel. Ava receives that one, up by Chisholm. Peasy going for it, but it's tipped. Jaguars touched the net, point for Harvey, picking up a 3-point lead.
That was a little bit of a miss set there by Chisholm, but it worked out in Harvey's favor for sure. Baited the Jaguars into the net touch.
Yeah. Natalie Bernard over to the libero. Spiked down by number 7 on the Jaguars. Jasmine LaBelle. Some heat behind that hit.
Yeah, LaBelle's got some big power.
LaBelle serving. Falls into the net. Point for Harvey. Harvey sustaining the 3-point lead. Lauren Peasy now up to serve. Straight line over to Isabel. Up by number 9. Isabel sends that one over, received by Haley. Kept alive by Chisholm. That one's over. Up by DeMerchant. Chisholm sends it over to Ava. Sends it on the other side. Received by number 10, Kenzie. 14 spikes that one down for a quick point. Crystal Casey. Jaguars taking their time to set up their offense. Number 2 now serving from the Jaguars, Sophie Griffin. Chisholm receives. Up by Lauren. Over by Ava. Number 2 shoots that one over to Ava. DeMerchant tries to send it over, but is blocked. Ava keeps it alive. Volleyed over by DeMerchant.
Oh.
Number 2, Sophie sends that one into net. It was a scramble to keep it in the air, but Harvey comes up at the point.
Yeah, great effort there by both teams. Neither team giving up on the point.
No. Lauren Haley serving, up by Isabel. Number 9, Isabel Garrett. Chisholm. Ava sends it over. Number 7, Jasmine. And Riley DeMerchant touches the net. Score is 8-6. Serving for the Jaguars, number 14, Crystal Casey. Underhand serve to the back line, received by Lauren Peasy, up by Chisholm, sent over by DeMerchant. Number 7 receives that one, Jasmine rather. Haley receives, up by Chisholm. Over to Ava, trick play, back over to Jasmine. Number 10 spikes that one down. Kenzie Doucette. She's been a threat on the net today. Score is 8-7. Harvey struggling to keep their lead.
Jaguars playing some great volleyball right now.
They have Crystal Casey still serving. Back line to Lauren. Up by Chisholm. Riley DeMerchant with the big spike attempt. Number 8 sends that one over, sends it to Peasy, up by Chisholm, over by Ava. Right over to Kenzie Doucette. Spiked down by number 8, but received Morgan Haslett. Riley DeMerchant getting the tip. Just too far away to convert the dig.
Nice play there by your fellow grade 9er.
Yep. She can be fierce sometimes. Riley DeMerchant with the serve. Up by number 7, Jasmine.
Oh.
Spiked down by 10, but received by Ava. Ava wasn't in the right spot to receive that spike. Sends that one into the net. Quick point for the Jaguars. Now serving Kenzie Doucette for the Jaguars. Straight line, hits the top of the net, bounces back. Point for Harvey.
It definitely could be a situation where the Lakers have won the first 2 meetings against the Jaguars. Could be underestimating them a little bit, coming in a little too confident.
Very possible. Number 7, a little bit overzealous, Jasmine Label. Sends that one out of bounds.
It was tipped, though, off a block, so it's going to be a point for the Jaguars.
Number 9 serving, Isabel Garrett. Straight line over to Haley. Up by Ava. Sent over by Peasy. Up by number 2, Sophie Griffin. Natalie Bernard being aggressive on the net. Sophie once again over to number 7, but it's tipped. Up by Chisholm. Natalie Bernard wanting revenge. Back again. Over to number 10, Kenzie Doucette. Sends that one over. Up by Ava. Received by Chisholm. Peasy giving that one a touch. Up by number 9, Isabel. Haley getting over there. Struggle play, and it's point for the Jaguars. It was a good rally by both teams.
Yeah, both teams playing very well right now. Jaguars have elevated their game.
That they have. Number 8 now serving, Morgan Hassett.
Oh.
Sends that one into the net. Harvey still sustaining that 3-point lead. Chisholm now up to serve. Right to the middle. Too low for the dig. Great placement on Chisholm's part. That one's to the middle, received by Kenzie. Up by Isabel. Spiked down by number 7, Jasmine. Puts it on her own side, though. Point for Harvey. Scores 14-9. Chisholm. Over to the libero, Nicole. Over to Haley, just on the back corner.
Oh. That was in by a foot.
That was definitely in.
That was definitely in.
That was definitely in, but I'll take that point any day. Maddie Chisholm back over to Kenzie. Received by Isabel. Over by Crystal. Chisholm over to Natalie.
Yeah, I think that last hit by Jasmine, I think the issue was she hit it so hard the referees couldn't see where it landed.
Oh, most likely. That ball travels way too fast for me to watch it.
Pull that out.
Chisholm is still up to serve. Received by Nicole. Over by number 10. Ava receives. Over to... Oh, nice spike by Natalie Bernard. Great set by Maddie Chisholm just to Natalie Bernard for the sweet cross.
Yeah, great timing there by Bernard. And perfect placement.
She spotted the weakness early and she executed perfectly. Chisholm on a big run here. Received by Kenzie Doucette. Over by Isabel. Up by Lauren. To Lauren Peasy gets on over. Harvey starts to run away. The Jaguars call a timeout.
Yeah, they definitely needed that timeout there. I think that's at least a 5-0 run for Maddie Chisholm on the serve. It was 10-13 at one point. Might even been 10-12. Lakers have settled in here. They were the favorite coming in. Now they're starting to play like it.
That's for sure, yeah. They definitely have shown their dominant side here in volleyball. Coming out aggressive, and I think they're trying to take home the 4-0.
Yeah, that missed call by the refs there, that could be a bit of a turning point. If they got that one right, we'd be looking at a 15-11 score.
Yeah.
And Chisholm wouldn't still be serving, so unfortunate that they missed that call, but if you're the team on the other end of that, you got to overcome it sometimes. They make mistakes both ways, part of the game.
That's definitely true, yeah. Chisholm still up to serve. Over to Crystal. Up by Natalie. Sent over by Eve. Over to Peasy. Laying short just in front of number 10 for the Jaguars, Kenzie Doucette. There's a touch by Peasy. Didn't quite send that one as hard as she normally does. Kind of caught Kenzie off guard. Chisholm now serving. Caught by Nicole. Up by Carla. Sent over to Haley. Up by Ava. Natalie sending that one over. Carla once again. Isabel over to Crystal. Up by Natalie. Over to Peasy with the small hit.
Yeah, Peasy taking a little bit of heat off of some of those hits, placing them right where they need to be.
Yeah, Peasy noticing number 10 on the Jaguars. Kenzie Doucette has kind of been playing back a little bit further in the middle, waiting for those big hits, but she just touches them real nice and light. She can't quite get there fast enough. Number 7 from the Jaguars, Jasmine, doing a great job powering through Chisholm's block.
Yeah, LaBelle and the Jaguars really needed that one, ending a 7-0 run.
Scores 11-20. Let's see if they can bring it back. Received by Ava. Up by Chisholm. Natalie sends that one over. Up by Isabel. Crystal sends that one over. Received by Peasy. Chisholm. Back to Peasy. That one lands short. That's a free ball. Back over to Chisholm. Bernard gets that one. Back up by... Oh, Isabel goes for a hit. Ava's there.
Oh.
Number 10 goes for the big wallop.
I am not quite sure how that was 2 hits. Well, that balances out the other call, I guess. We're even
Weird
now.
call. She missed the ball with her hand. Clips it, though, and then hits it back over with her other hand.
A player can touch it twice, but the first touch has to be on a block, and that was definitely not a block. So, anyway, they're even now, one missed call aside.
But Natalie Bernard gets her revenge.
Maybe taking out a little bit of frustration there.
Yep, most definitely. Haley Messer, libero, going out for Riley DeMerchant. She checks in. Natalie Bernard now serving. She shoots that one straight over to number 7, Carla. Over by number 10. Misplay by Ava. Ava sends that one over. Received by number 10 on the Jaguars, Kenzie Doucette. Nicole sends that one over. Lauren's there, up by Chisholm. Peasy sends that one to the middle. Nicole's there.
Oh.
Crystal tries to hit that one over, but is bumped by her teammate, former teammate, number 9, Isabel Garrett.
Yeah, I think Isabel's the main center there, so that's her ball.
Yeah, that's
Crystal's
for sure.
got to get out of the way.
Especially only on the second set, she got to set that to either number 10 or 7. That's a big hit from Natalie Bernard, sending that one way out of bounds. Being checked out for Haley Messer. Sophie Griffin serving for the Jaguars. Right over to Ava, set by Chisholm. Shooter hit by Riley. Nicole Garcia wasn't quite ready for the heat and sends that one out of bounds. PZ now up to serve. She sends that one over to the back line. Touched by number 7, Jasmine LaBelle.
Heard the Samuel Deschamps playing coach yelling out right there at the last minute. It's too late, though, as the girls had already committed to playing it.
Yep. It's kind of confusing what you do there. If you keep playing it or try and back up. Number 10 from Jaguars. Kenzie Doucette sends that one out of bounds for the 25-13 win on Harvey's end.
Well, good first set there. The Jaguars came out really strong, had an early lead, and it was pretty even up until about the midpoint of the set. Then the Lakers went on a big run there with Maddie Chisholm serving. Built an 8-9 point lead, and then closed it out nicely at the end. So Lakers had some nice controlled hits. Didn't have any like the massive kills, other than maybe one from Bernard. But smart attacking, finding the open area, got the first set win.
Yep, that's for sure. Harvey was kind of struggling to keep the lead until Chisholm got put in the serving, and then they started climbing away from it. So Good play by Harvey's end.
Samuel Champlain. We'll see if they make any subs. They do have a few other options on the bench. I think they had some players show up that weren't here for their first match. They definitely did not have a libero the first match, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I believe that as well. I think they had maybe 3 players show up for this game. So.
Yeah, just looking at their roster there, they do have potentially up to 13 players. I think I see 11 over there, and I think they had 9 the first match.
So they got a lot of options. Hopefully they use them. Use more than just their starters. I'm going to point out number 14 on, or not number 14. Can't quite see the number from
16.
here. Number 16, yeah. Bozigou. I think she's might be over 6 feet tall.
She's got some size.
I imagine she's going to be up close to the net trying to get some blocks.
She had some hits in the first match, too. I was surprised not to see her in that first set, so we'll see if coaches change it up. For the Lakers, you'll probably see Alice McDonald and Hannah Mason in this second set. They were on the bench for the majority of it.
Yeah. Going back to
Messer and DeMerchant like to play everybody pretty equally for the most part. Lakers have the depth, well-balanced team.
Yep, that's for sure.
No weak links.
Getting everyone a shot on the floor. Going to go back to number 16 on the Jaguars, Elena. She had some monster spikes against the Vikings previously today. I mean, I think she had around 5 kills overall in the 2 sets that they played. So she was heavy on the net that game and definitely was an asset.
Yeah, and she is out there this second set, so
looking to see what she can bring to the table.
Starting in the back row, so it'll be a while before she gets up there, but our refs, Matt Bedard and Larry Boudreau on the floor. He's currently checking the lineups, making sure everybody's standing in the right spots.
Number 3 on the Jaguars, a new appearance on the floor. Lauren Wilson, now up to serve. Underhand serve straight to Haley Messer. Up by Chisholm. Bernard gives that one a big wallop.
Nice start there for the Lakers.
Ava Grieve up to serve for the Lakers. Bullet over to number 16, Elena. Isabel keeps that one alive. Oh, number 7 on the Jaguars, Jasmine LaBelle. She's aggressive up on the net.
Yeah, LaBelle's got some hops for sure.
Yeah, she got some hang times where if you set that ball too close to the net, she can just get up there and spike it right back down on your side. Ooh. But Isabel with the bullet. Isabel Garrett with the absolute heat on that ball.
Absolute laser beam.
Yeah, it was a straight bullet over to Lauren.
Ooh.
Lauren Haley getting her hands on that one. Up by Bernard. Mason giving that one over. Up by Garrett. Number 7 on the Jaguar, Jasmine LaBelle. Couldn't quite keep that one over the net. Score is 2-2. All tied up. Chisholm back up to serve. See if she can repeat the previous set. Straight over to number 3, Lauren Wilson. Couldn't get there fast enough.
Yeah, it's Wilson's first action of the day. I think she sat out the first 2 sets of the first match and the first set of this one. So
yeah, Elena getting her hands on that one. Bernard up, sent over by Grieve. Number 3 gets that one up by Garrett. LaBelle getting that one over, up by Chisholm. Bernard sending that back. And Garrett hits it out of the way from a teammate, Lauren Wilson. Lakers have climbed up to a 2-point lead. Chisholm still up to serve. Caught by Elena, free ball. Up by Messer. Received by Sophie Griffin, but she decided to bump when it was too high.
Yeah, definitely should have gone for the volley there.
Yeah, most definitely. Kind of a weird situation where the ball's kind of oddly placed. Chisholm over to LaBelle. Received by Garrett. Back over by LaBelle. Lauren gets that one up by Chisholm. Bernard sends that over. Back over to Sophie, or not Sophie, Lauren Wilson. Up by Crystal. Sent over by Mason. Up by Lauren Wilson. Garrett over to LaBelle, who shoots it line and gets the point. Number 14 for the Jaguars serving. Crystal Casey. Underhand serve received by Messer. Up by Chisholm. Mason giving that one an overhand hit. Sends that one out of bounds.
A little too much power.
Just a little bit. Jaguars have climbed out Harvey's lead to just one. Received by Grieve. Up by Chisholm. Bernard touching that one. But Ella and I getting a little bit too aggressive on the net, touching that one. Haley Messer now checked out for Riley DeMerchant. Natalie Bernard up to serve for Harvey Lakers. Received by Elena.
Oh.
Sends that one over on line. Point for Jaguars.
No, that was wide.
Oh, point
for
for
the
Harvey.
Lakers.
Oh my.
That one did look out.
Yeah.
It was very close though.
Very. But Garrett can't quite keep that one in the air for her teammates. Point for Harvey. Natalie Bernard still serving. Bullet to Elena. Too much power on that one, sends it out of bounds. Lakers have climbed up to a 5-point lead. Bernard serve over to Lauren Wilson. Up by Garrett. LaBelle keeps that live. Oh. Bernard going for the dig. Couldn't quite get it high enough though. Bernard gets checked out for Haley Messer. On the Jaguars side, number 7, Jasmine LaBelle serving. Sends that one into the net. Point for Harvey. Hannah Mason up to serve for the Harvey Lakers. Bullet over to LaBelle. Couldn't handle the heat. Recoil sends that ball out of bounds. Anna Mason with the routine serve. Back over to LaBelle. Up by Garrett. Elena trying to get points on the board, and she converts it.
Yeah, she didn't even have to jump on that one. Just went up off 1 foot.
I know. I wonder what her wingspan is to do that.
I feel like when she puts her hand up, it is definitely above the top of the net. So
most definitely. Number 11 on the Jaguar side, serving. Emily Bork. Ava Grieve sends that over, received by LaBelle. Garrett up to Elena once again. Didn't go for the spike this time. Received by Hannah Mason, up by Chisholm. Ava Grieve showing her what's boss, but Nicole's there. Riley DeMerchant trying to get the quick point, but hits the net.
I feel like if she'd let that one go, it might not have even gone over the net.
Maybe not, but...
It was a big hit from Grieve, though. Nice dig by the Jaguars to keep that point alive.
Nicole Garcia being in the right spot at the right time, I guess.
Didn't really have to move, just stuck her hands out and it bounced off them.
Chisholm sends that one over to LaBelle. Go for the dig, couldn't get in the air, though. Point for Harvey. Lauren Haley serving. That one's on line.
Nice
Scores,
ace there.
Yeah, scores 13-7. Harvey's climbed up to a 6-point lead. That one's received by LaBelle. Sent over by Elena on line, or out of bounds. Point for Harvey. Scores 14-7. Comfortable lead on Harvey's end. Lauren going for the overhand. Couldn't quite convert it. Lauren Haley, rather. Elena Borzingo serving for Jaguars. That was received by Haley Messer. Up by Chisholm. Ava going for the big hit. Received by LaBelle. Ava with the block. Crystal Casey sent that one over. Received by Haley Messer. Up by Chisholm. Back over to Ava with the trick play. Set by Garrett. Over by Crystal Casey. Received by Haley Messer once again. Ava couldn't send it over. Number 11 on the Jaguars. Emily Borg being subbed out for Nicole Garcia. Elena sending that one foul. Point for Harvey. Scores 15-9.
Yeah, Jaguars can't afford to have any missed serves. When you're the underdog, you got to get all your serves in.
Especially this late into the second set, you don't want to have those misplays. Received by Riley DeMerchant, up by Chisholm. Ava having a touch on it, but Natalie Bernard keeps it up.
Oh.
Chisholm sends it over. Nicole Garcia, up by Chisholm once again. Ava, received by Nicole Garcia, up by Garrett. Over by number 3, received by Riley DeMerchant, up by Lauren Haley. Ava Greaves sending that one over.
Woo. What a point.
A great rally on both teams' end.
Ava Greaves just taking over right now.
Yeah, she was doing quite everything. She was spiking, receiving, and blocking. Elena receiving that one. Up by Garrett. Can't quite get that one over the net. But Nicole Garcia just being in the right spot when Ava's up to spike. Just receiving, I think, maybe 2 of the 3 of those spikes. Set by Garrett. Over by number 3, Lauren Wilson. Riley DeMerchant couldn't quite move fast enough. Gets checked out for Lauren Haley. Or not Lauren Haley. Haley Messer.
Common mistake.
Yeah, I know. Both have the same first and last name. Up by Chisholm, over by Natalie. Free ball to Lauren, up by Chisholm once again. Bernard going for the big hit. A lot of heat behind that ball. Crystal Casey wasn't quite ready for it.
Lakers with so many options for big hits. Most teams maybe have 1 or 2 big hitters. Lakers, almost anybody can.
Yeah, everyone's a big threat on the court when they're close to the net for Harvey. But misserved by Ava Greaves' part, sends that one at the net. Serving for the Jaguars, number 9, Isabel Garrett. Received by Lauren, up by Hannah Mason. Ava Greaves sends that over, up by Garrett once again. Crystal Casey going for the spike, but misses the ball. Chisholm now serving for Harvey. Scores 19-11. Keeping the lead up by 8.
Oh.
That's a short one. Spoke too soon. Leads it back down to 7. Crystal Casey now serving for the Jaguars. That one's received by Haley Messer. Up by Chisholm. Natalie Bernard with the long hit.
Oh,
That's on the line.
Ref's got that one right.
Yeah, that one definitely was a great call. Crystal Casey seemed to think that it was their ball, but referee Matt had his mind set on Harvey's point. Natalie Bernard up to serve. That one's over. Received by Lauren Wilson. Send it out of bounds. Scores 21-12. This is a time where Jaguars can't afford to have missed serves or any misplays.
No, they don't have any chances left here.
Natalie Bernard, straight bullet over to Lauren. Riley DeMerchant going for it once again.
Second time this set she's done that.
I think she's tried that at least 10 times now.
Yeah, there's been a few times in earlier matches too.
Yeah.
I think her problem is she's just a little too excited.
Just a little bit. That's a good serve by LaBelle. Sends that one to the back corner. Jasmine LaBelle. Received by Haley Messer. Up by Ava Grieve. Riley DeMerchant going for it. Blocked by Elena.
Jaguars not giving up here.
No, I don't even think Elena jumped on that
She
play.
did not.
Just stuck her hands over the net. LaBelle. Received by Hannah Mason. Up by Chisholm. Sent over by DeMerchant. LaBelle keeps it alive. Free ball. Chisholm keeps it alive. Riley DeMerchant once again, but sends it to the net. Jaguars take the lead down to 5. Lakers 4 points away from victory. LaBelle received by Ava Grieve. Up by Chisholm. Riley DeMerchant with the hit. Got her revenge on Elena.
Jaguars were on the net there too. Lakers had the point one either way.
Yeah, DeMerchant got that one off a little bit too quick for Elena, so Elena couldn't quite stop herself from touching that. They hand Mason up to serve. That one's received by Nicole Garcia. Sent out of bounds for the quick point. Harvey now only 2 points away from victory. Hannah Mason.
Ooh.
Nicole Garcia pulling away last moment, thinking it was out of bounds. Lands inside. 24-16. Lakers up by 8 points.
For the match here.
Hannah Mason looking to shut this one down. That one's to LaBelle. Up by Wilson. Sent over by Garrett. Received by Messer. Ava looking to shut it down by LaBelle.
Big power from Grieve, but an even bigger block.
Elena, she's just always there.
Bozagoo.
Can't quite get past her. 11 serve for the Jaguars, received by Haley Messer, up by DeMerchant. Chisholm sends that one over. LaBelle tries to keep it alive for her team. Sends it out of bounds on the dig. That ends the game 25-17.
Well, good match by both teams. Jaguars put up a good fight, had some nice plays, just didn't have the overall consistency that the Lakers had on every point. So,
yeah, no, Lakers being a consistent team, they play well from start to finish, and Jaguars played really good at the start, but they started to fall off as the match went on. So I think that's Harvey's strong point, is just their consistency throughout the match.
yes, absolutely. So that puts the Lakers at 3-0. Samuel de Champlain now at 0-2. Our next game will be starting in roughly 20 minutes. Southern Victoria versus John Caldwell.
Yep.
Hope you guys tune in for that next.
Alrighty. Have a good morning.
Afternoon.
We've been here so long. I know.